Today I'm going to talk about why I keep 3 different journals and how they make me a more productive person, as well as helping me clarify my goals and how they all work together simultaneously. The first you could describe as a catch-all notebook, and it's one where I just brain dump onto the page. I will go into what I mean by this, but I'm going to go really in depth in another YouTube video about my flow journaling that I use. I am currently actually trying to make my own method of journaling called the Brain Beacon method. I work inside of mental health, and one of the specialties that I have is helping others to increase their motivation and complete their goals. And really, I'm just a guidepost to do that. But I want to take what I know from my professional life and bring that to journaling to help other people do it without a therapist or a clinician. These are techniques that are often shared with therapists, social workers, psychiatrists, but they don't always make it out to the general public. So I am going to share it with you. So keep an eye out for that in later videos. So back to talking about this brain dump method of journaling. This is really a method of journaling that is helping you to process your emotions, attain mental clarity, kind of using it for decision-making process, that type of thing. It's often kind of like free flow journaling. We want to get you into the flow state. We don't want you second guessing what goes on the page. All of that is very important to this process. If you've never done this method before, I highly suggest that you do it and you start keeping a journal on you as you go throughout your day. As you start to catch some of your thoughts, whatever they might be, maybe you're sitting in a meeting and someone's kind of agitating you. After that meeting, it's a great time to bring out that journal, what it was you felt, why you might be feeling it. It'll help you process those emotions. Maybe there's something that's irking you about your schedule during the day. You feel like you're wasting time or you're not putting your energy toward things that really matter to you. It's a great time to take the journal, start writing. Again, you're trying to get into the flow state. So you just want to write. You don't want to second guess it. You just want to write. That's the whole purpose of this journal. It is a fantastic journaling method. The next journal that I want to talk about is going to be primarily for organization. And I know some of you have already heard what this journal type is before. That's right, it's a bullet journal. And I don't use the particular bullet journal that you can get from their stores, although I do recommend it, especially if you're a beginner going to bullet journal for the first time. Take a look at some of the basic videos and go for it. But it's a to-do, it's a calendar, it's a lot of different things, but simplify. Now, you can get creative, absolutely. If that key helps you to keep up with it, get creative, do things on the page. You'll see some incredible aesthetic bullet journals that are out there, but you don't need to do that. In fact, bullet journaling can be very, very basic, very minimalist, very simple, and that's how I like to do it. So doing a bullet journal keeps me mentally organized. And so I've kept up with that for a little while now. And the bullet journal and the free flow journal, they have to communicate together. Okay, that is very important. So the free flow journal, a lot of times, is the one that catches what to-dos I need to do, what I need to focus on. That needs to be transferred over to the bullet journal, because bullet journals are very good at organizing, but even the author of the bullet journal himself, the creator himself, talks about when it comes to emotions or notes, you just want to keep it to one line. Well, guess what? That doesn't really get you into the flow state. And there's certain things I really like about just jotting things down on the page for a paragraph, 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs. Really gives you a lot of information. It can be a conversation with you and yourself, the different people that exist up here, and that journal can really figure a lot of things out for you. And then you come over to the bullet journal and it all gets clarified nice and neat onto the page. Daily, weekly, monthly, whatever it is you need, calendar, it's all there. So they work together. The third journal that I use is usually a small journal that is a commonplace journal, which I know is another type of journal that many of you have heard of before. The commonplace journal that I use is a small notebook like this one. Absolutely highly recommend the company Field Notes. These are gorgeous journals, nice quality, good price, little pocket journals. So what do I use a commonplace journal for? Commonplace journals are typically used for putting quotes or ideas into the journal. But my commonplace journal is not just quotes, not just ideas. I fill it up halfway with quotes or ideas that I can reflect on, and then I leave the other half completely blank. And the reason why I do this is because this is for when I leave the house. This is for when I'm gone. And it replaces my phone. Now, obviously, if I'm sending texts or making phone calls, I'm using my phone. But I'm not scrolling because of this. This little guy keeps me not bored. So I went to the dentist office the other day and I opened up my commonplace journal and I found a quote by Anne Frank that said that paper is often more patient than people are. And this gave me a wonderful idea for a YouTube video. And so I wrote down a script and I have a full YouTube video that I wrote inside of the dentist's waiting room. So that is how you use a commonplace journal. It's a replacement for doom scrolling. It's an idea machine. It's an inspiration. It's a reflection. And I absolutely love commonplace journaling. It is great. It's cut my screen time in half on my phone. So that is the 3 different methods of journaling that I use together. So this right here is my Dingbats journal. That is the company name. You'll notice they're very distinctive. They always have an animal in the front. I love the way they feel. The paper quality is amazing. They do tend to be more on the expensive side. This is what I use for my free flow journaling, my brain beacon journaling. I have a bullet journal. So this is not a official bullet journal. Actually, I do have one of those somewhere that is filled out. But I'm using this for the bullet journaling method. And then, of course, you can use Field Notes, one of these nice little pocket notebooks. You can get 3 of these at a time for a pretty decent price. And you could get real cheap ones from Walmart if you wanted to. Absolutely, especially if you're first starting out. But I just want to say how cool the company Field Notes is. I've been in contact with them and they are so nice. And they reach out to you, they talk to you like you're a human being. So I have no problem talking about Field Notes. Now, in this video, you will see links to all 3 of those down below, and you'll get 10% off if you use my coupon. Now, you don't need to do that by any means. You could just start writing with a piece of paper and a pen, and it really wouldn't matter. But if you're someone who really likes stationery or really likes journals the way that I do, I highly recommend these particular companies because they do an excellent job. My name is Mike Berger. Thank you for sticking around, and hopefully I'll see you again soon in the future.